What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Cincinnati Reds franchise. And we are going to get this one started with a game against the Minnesota Twins. You guys are watching the highlights of that game right now as Jake Fraley gets thrown out at the plate. But I recorded this video when I was bored and I just wanted to get a gameplay in. So I wasn't going to try and add this to the video like I would any other game. So I just want to show the biggest points of this game here. So you got Stuart Fairchild trying to steal second, and he is thrown out as Elly De La Cruz was at the plate there. So the focus of this episode is to get through the rest of year number one. So here we are in the top of the fifth, and Brandon Williamson on the mound here, and he is going to give up the game's first run on the RBI by Donovan Solano, the former Cincinnati Red. In this game here, our offense really struggled, and Brandon Williamson did decent. Here he hits another pitch is hit to right field, so Carlos Correa will make this a 2-0 game. In this game as well, TJ Friedl really had a rough game at the plate and in the outfield, so he was later replaced in this one. As here's Stuart Fairchild to the plate now, bottom 5. He's 1 for 1 on the day, and I've had a lot of fun playing with him here down the stretch, as he's going to hit a single here. He's going to try and stretch it into a double, and he is thrown out at second. The hit will count, but it's only going to be a single. So here we are, top 6 now, and this ball is hitting the right field, and here's what I mean. TJ Friedl just showed no effort on this play, let the ball go right by him, and he would eventually get it in, but it would be an RBI double for the Minnesota Twins. And that was pretty much it for the scoring in this game, as Pablo Lopez was on the mound here. Here's bottom 9, 92nd pitch up coming to Nick Plummer, and he pops it up to Correa for out number 1. He's working on a complete game shutout. Here's Elly De La Cruz. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Really playing good here to start his time at the big leagues. He's going to have an 0 for 4 day today, though. I see that one was hit 98 miles per hour off the bat. And here's Tyler Stevenson, bottom 9, and he's going to ground out to third to end the game, as Pablo Lopez will get the complete game shutout as the Minnesota Twins beat us 3-0. So, like I said, this was not a game that I was playing to put in the video. I just wanted a couple more highlights to throw into this video, because this video will literally be us simulating until the very last game and then playing the very last game. So in this game, Stuart Fairchild had 2 hits. Jake Fraley had a double in this one. And then pitching, Brandon Williamson, 3 earned runs through 5 2/3 inning pitch, 5.1 ERA afterwards. And then Bennett Sousa has been pitching really good for us. So now we're going to start stimulating the rest of the month of September. And then we will get to October 1st, where we will play the season finale, pretty much. So Kevin Newman went yard in this game, and Nick Lodolo with a really good game. 8 innings pitched, none earned. He's had a rough year, along with Hunter Green down the stretch. So Graham Ashcraft, though, has pitched really well this season. He is the guy that pitched the best, I think, out of our starters this season. Here in this one, you got India needs a triple to hit for the cycle. We're going to go ahead and just simulate this one here, just due to the fact that I just want to play that last game of the season, and hopefully we can come away with a victory in that one. So in this one against the Pirates, in which we won 9-8, it was a high-scoring game. Elly De La Cruz went 2 for 3, and he hit a home run, along with Jonathan India hitting a home run. De La Cruz with 3 RBIs, India with 2, and Nick Plummer had 2. And then looking at the pitching, Hunter Green really struggled, allowing 7 earned. That will push his ERA above 5. And then from there, the bullpen really kind of did their thing. So the Bats finished 72 and 78 at the AAA level, unfortunately not making the playoffs. And the Lookouts finished 36 and 33, I do believe that says. And they have made it to the playoffs at the AA level. So looking at their series against the Tennessee Smokies, they play, if they make it to a Game 5, they would play the Game 5 game the same exact day that we would be playing our season finale. So we're probably not going to play any AA playoff games here, as we split the series against the Cleveland Guardians. Elly De La Cruz goes 0 for 4, but India, Fraley, and Votto all with 2 hits in this game. Jake Fraley with a home run. And Graham Ashcraft, once again, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned, only 1 strikeout. He has no strikeout upside, it seems, but he just does not allow runs. Justice Thompson here with an injury. We will just auto do that one. So here we are, the final game of the season. It's set to be Brandon Williamson versus Dakota Hudson on the mound here. Before we get to that, I want to look at the pitching. Hunter Green, like I said, has struggled. 5.22 ERA. Really need to have a bounce back year for him next season. Brandon Williamson, 5 ERA, but he's pitched better than his numbers would suggest. Nick Lodolo with a even 5 ERA, and then Graham Ashcraft, our best starter, with a 3.85 ERA, and then Justin Dunn with a 5.57 ERA. All of our starters, except for Ashcraft, have above a 5 ERA. Tony Santillan has pitched amazing. He's kind of had a position that he's not familiar with. Long relief, middle relief. He's even started a couple of games. And then Bennett Sousa here, a 1.13 ERA, 1 whip, in 16 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts. What an end of the season for him. Joel Connell also has pitched pretty decent for us, so, like a little bit better. Daniel Norris really struggled with 47 and 2/3 inning pitch, and then Lucas Sims with 55 innings pitched, pitching pretty good. And Alexis Diaz has finally turned it this season around, as he's gotten a lot better for us. That ERA is finally down to low 4s, so maybe this is a good sign of the future. Here's Elly De La Cruz batting .287 on the season with 2 home runs. Jonathan India batting .250 with 17 home runs, and that is a big improvement from last year, so we are impressed with that. Tyler Stevenson batting .280 with 18 homers, and you got Jake Fraley batting .267 also with 18 homers. Joey Votto batting .201 with 12 homers. You'd like to see him bat a little bit better, but this is probably going to be his last game more than likely. Stuart Fairchild playing good, Spencer Steer playing all right, Nick Solak .257 average, and Nick Plummer .260 average with 5 homers. I did not know this, but he was the NL Rookie of the Month. He has been playing really good for us. He's a guy who I think could be on the big league roster come next season. Chad Pender, we called up, batting .338 with 2 homers, and I think he complements Jake Fraley out in left field. I think that if Pender would be permanently changed to play left field, I think that Pender and Fraley could kind of have a little platooning to do. Is there a lefty on the mound? Pender gets a start. Is there a righty on the mound? Fraley gets a start. We'll see what we do. I do have a lot of guys who are set to become free agents on different teams. I have them on kind of a little watch list that I created. So once we do the off-season live stream, we'll talk about it. I have I think it's 20 guys on my little short list. And these are all guys that I'd be interested in signing. Obviously, we're probably only going to sign like 4 or 5, including pitchers and hitters. So once the offseason rolls around, there's a couple guys that I have my eyes on. And one guy that I have my eye on is a guy who can also complement Jake Fraley. But if we feel that Chad Pender can do the job, we might not go that direction. So Dakota Hudson on the mound. He has a 3.24 ERA and a winning record this season. Here's Elly De La Cruz to the plate to lead off. As he hits this one into right field, it's a good sound off the bat, and it's going to be caught in right field for out number 1. It sounded good coming off the bat. Unfortunately, it was caught. Here's Jonathan India as he's going to ground this one over to second. Quick throw onto first, and he is retired for out number 2. Dakota Hudson has a very good curveball that he throws, as Tyler Stevenson will ground this one to short, and that will retire the side as the Cardinals get a 1-2-3 inning. Brandon Williamson on the mound. My plan for this game is once he completes 1 full trip through the order, Nick Lodolo will come in and relieve him. So here it is. Spencer Steer throws over to first to try and double him up, and they're not going to, as Brandon Williamson allowed a leadoff hit to start the bottom of the first. Here's Nolan Arenado hitting this one into right field. Solak's there for out number 2. And Nolan Gorman, the cleanup hitter, grounds this one over to Joey Votto for out number 3, and that will do it for the first inning. Here's Stuart Fairchild batting 6th here for the Reds, as he's going to ground this one to short. Here is the throw on, and he is out to end the second. Bottom second now, Wilson Contreras at the plate. Brandon Williamson, strike 3 looking. There's Tyler O'Neill now. He's batting .221 this season, and he goes down swinging on the fastball for out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts for Williamson. And here's Alec Burleson as he's going to ground this one over to De La Cruz, and he's going to fire on the first for out number 3, and that will end the second inning. Here's De La Cruz now, top 3, and he grounds this one over to second, off the glove, and De La Cruz has the speed to get in there and beat the throw. With a single, scorer's decision is a base hit. Runners on first and second now for India, and he's just going to ground this one right back up the middle to Hudson on to first for out number 3. So here comes Nick Lodolo after Brandon Williamson had a successful run through the order for 1 time, and that was it. So Lodolo, I want to get more innings with him. He should be better than what he's pitching. He's going to get Verdugo swinging for out number 2 here in the third, and here's Dylan Carlson to the plate. He's 0 for 1, and he's going to hit this one down the line. Solak plays it, and Carlson's going to run into second, and the throw will be late. So a 2-out double for Dylan Carlson, as the Cardinals may be threatening here. Here's Arenado. He's going to hit this one into center. Plummer's on the move, and he gets there for out number 3 to end the 3rd inning. Top 4 now. Joey Votto, 3-2 count, and he's going to pop this one up into foul territory for out number 3. The highlights in this episode are a lot quicker. It's more fast-paced here. And here's Wilson Contreras. Hits this one to Steer. On to 2. On to 1 for a 5-4-3 double play for the Cincinnati Reds defense. Bottom 4, 2 away. Tyler O'Neill to the plate. And he goes down swinging to end the 4th inning. Nick Lodolo is dealing in this game. As I wouldn't want to do this all the time, but having Williamson and Lodolo both come out, they've pitched really good in this one. Here's Steer hitting this one into right center field, and it gets down. Steer's going to take a hard round past first, but he will retreat for a single. Here is Nick Solak. He's going to ground this one over to first on a second, and Solak is safe at first. So 2 away, Solak on first. Here's Nick Plummer. He's 1 for 1. He goes down swinging. What a nasty slider by Dakota Hudson. Here's Robinson to the plate. 2 away, and he goes down swinging as Nick Lodolo has a tremendous outing, and that will do it for him in this game. Here's Elly De La Cruz now, top 6. He's 1 for 2 on the day, and he is going to send this one into right center field. It's a slider that he turns on. De La Cruz has got a lot of speed, and he's going to hustle into second, sliding in with a leadoff double here in the 6th inning. His 4th double as a Cincinnati Red here at the big leagues, and I've gotten more comfortable swinging with him. Not really feeling that power yet, but I'm liking his swing right now. As this one's in the dirt, and De La Cruz will slide back into second. And unfortunately, Elly De La Cruz is now complaining about leg pain. It does not seem like it's going to be a big thing, but we are going to have to take him out of this game, and we will check up on that injury at the end of this game. Hopefully it's not serious, but that will end Elly De La Cruz's exciting 2023 season. As Jonathan India sends this one in the gap, and Kevin Newman will round third and just stay put. So runners on the corner now with nobody down in the top of the 6th. Here's Tyler Stevenson. He's 0 for 2 on the day, and he's going to send this one opposite field, and it's going to score Kevin Newman, and that will be an RBI for Tyler Stevenson. Runners on first and second now with still nobody out, as that will bring on Matthew Liberatore, as that's going to do it. And we'll bring on Chad Pender to replace Jake Fraley. Since they're bringing on the lefty, we'll bring on the righty. Here's Chad Pender batting above 300, and he's going to send this one to shortstop, and it is caught. What a hard hit by Chad Pender. Unfortunately, it was right at the shortstop. So 1 away now. Here's Joey Votto. He's 0 for 2, and he's going to hit this one in the left field. And here's the throw by Alex Verdugo, and it is perfect at the plate. Jonathan India thrown out at home. What a throw by Alex Verdugo. He's a guy that I really like. I think that, he's the guy that I would want playing in my outfield. He's got real good contact, and he can play some pretty good defense. As Stuart Fairchild goes down swinging, and Matthew Liberatore takes care of business. Here's Tony Santillan, the guy we talked about earlier, and he's been really good for this Cincinnati Reds team this season, as he will be given the ball for the 6th inning. And it will only take 5 pitches to get out of the inning. 5-pitch inning for Tony Santillan, as that will take us to the top of the 7th, and Nick Plummer to the plate. Plummer will send this one into shallow left field, and that will end the top half of the 7th, as Bennett Sousa now takes over for Cincinnati. Like we've talked about him too, that 1.13 ERA, 17 strikeouts, and 16 innings pitched. Look at the average versus left-handed batting, .087. Here's Wilson Contreras now, 3-0 count, and he will walk. So 1 away with a base runner on now. Here's Tyler O'Neill, and he goes down looking at the slider, and he's had a tough day at the plate. Here's Lars Nootbaar now, 0-2 count, pitched by Souza, and he grounds this one in the gap, as this one is going to advance the runners first and second with 2 away, and St. Louis may be threatening a little bit. Here's Alec Burleson now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Pitched by Souza, and he goes down swinging on the slider, as that's going to end the 7th inning, and Cincinnati will get out of the jam. Top 8 now. Here's Kevin Newman, as he will come in for the injured Elly De La Cruz, and he'll bloop this one into shallow center, so leadoff base runner for the Cincinnati Reds. Kevin Newman's an interesting guy as well. We don't know if that we will keep him around. We will have to wait and find out, as this one's driven into left field, and it is gone. 2-run home run for Tyler Stevenson, as that will extend the Reds' lead to 3-0. And this one will make it a lot more comfortable for this Reds bullpen. 19 home runs for Tyler Stevenson. Is there a chance that he could get to the plate one more time and hit his 20th homer, as now he is the sole leader on this Cincinnati Reds offense? Let's just put it this way. We need more than 19 home runs out of our best guy. We need to have a guy hitting 26, 27 home runs in a season. 19 is not enough. Here's Chad Pender now. He is 0 for 1 on the day, and he sends this one down the line. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is foul. Just barely foul. It says 8 feet foul. So unfortunately, Pender misses the chance to go to back-to-back home runs, but he shoots this one in the right, but it is caught. Swinging with Chad Pender in this game, I really liked his swing, and he's a guy that I think could be on the team next year. We'll have to wait and find out, but he looks good. As Votto sends this one into center, but it is caught, as Lucas Sims will take the mound now for your Cincinnati Reds. 3.4 ERA on the season, and here's Errol Robinson, as he sends this one down the line. Steer dives for it and does something goofy. You didn't have to do all of that, buddy, you did. Alex Verdugo to the plate now, and he sends this one into right field. Votto almost caught it, as Solak will get it in. Runners on first and second with nobody down, and the Cardinals are really threatening here. Here's Carlson, and he is going to hit this one in the center, and Nick Plummer's speed has been really good today. One away for the Reds. Here's Arenado to the plate, and he will walk. So bases will be loaded now with only one out. Lucas Sims really struggling in this outing for him. Here is the 24th pitch of the inning. 2-2 count to Gorman, and he is going to strike out. The home plate umpire said it was a strike. Here's Wilson Contreras now. 0-2 count, bases loaded. The pitch by Sims, and he's going to strike out Wilson Contreras to end the 8th inning, as Lucas Sims gets out of the jam. He is fired up. Big time inning for the Cincinnati Reds. We go top 9 now. Here's Stuart Fairchild. He's 0 for 3 on the day, and he's going to send this one in the gap for a leadoff single here in the top half of the 9th. Stuart Fairchild, another guy I think could be on the big league roster next year, but we will have to see what happens, as he's trying to steal second, and he is out at second. He tries to run on Wilson Contreras, and it does not work. Here's Spencer Steer now. He's 1 for 3 on the day, and he's going to hit this one into shallow right field, as it will get down for a single. I should say shallow center field, it's a more correct answer. Here's Nick Solak now. He's 0 for 3, as he's going to hit this one into right center field, and it gets down in the gap, as this one should score the 1 run by Spencer Steer, as Nick Solak's going to go for 3, as he's going to have a 1-out RBI triple. That is the 4th triple for Nick Solak on the season, as that will extend the Reds' lead to 4-0. The Cardinals' pitching has not been terrible today, but I feel like I got to give more credit to our hitting. Usually we're not hitting this well, as the Cardinals will bring on Adam Wainwright, who they probably just want to get their one last look at him. He may retire at the end of the season, but he's on to pitch here in the top of the 9th, as Plummer will ground this one up the line, and that will score Nick Solak to extend the lead to 5-0. TJ Friedl will get his last opportunity here on the season. He's batting 174, a very poor year, and he's going to hit this one off the shin of Adam Wainwright, and he will be safe with an infield single with 2 away. Here's Jonathan India now, 1 for 4, as he's going to turn on the curveball and send it down the line. TJ Friedel's got some decent speed. He's going to round third. Here's the relay by the Cardinals, and Friedl is safe at the plate to extend the lead to 6-0. Jonathan India with his 20th double of the season to extend the lead for the Cincinnati Reds here in Game 162. So Tyler Stevenson will have his chance. Can he hit the 20th home run of the season? 1-2 count to Stevenson, and he's going to hit this one to the second baseman to end the top half of the 9th. But the Reds lead 6-0, and they are 3 outs away from coming away with a season finale victory. Here's Alexis Diaz. He has improved greatly this season. Like to see him come away with the hold, you could say. It won't be a save, but Steer takes the grounder, throws it on the first for out number 1. Lars Nootbaar to the plate now. He is 1 for 2 on the day, and he goes down swinging for out number 2. The Reds are 1 out away from coming away with a victory here on the road in game 162. The pitch to Burleson, and he goes down swinging, and the Cincinnati Reds will win the season finale game against the St. Louis Cardinals. All in all, it was not a great season at all for us. We were one of the worst teams in baseball again, but I think that we have some bright spots to look forward to. We have some guys down in the minor leagues who are soon to be making an impact. You got guys like Tyler Stevenson and Jonathan India and Ellie De La Cruz and Jake Fraley, I believe, are guys that are going to make this team better. There's a lot of guys on this team as well that I think should have a chance to compete for a starting spot next year. I don't know that they will win the starting position, but they deserve to compete. Ellie De La Cruz just had a bruised leg. He'll be just fine for next season. But that is going to complete the season here for the Cincinnati Reds. In the next video, it will be a live stream. It will be the off-season live stream. In that live stream, I want to start it off by doing a season recap video. Meaning, I'm going to start the live stream off, and it's going to start off like a video would. And I'm going to, when I'm satisfied with the season recap portion being done, then I will get into the live stream aspect. That way I can upload the season recap as a separate video. It'll be weird because it will come out at the same exact time as the live stream. Or I should say the live stream, the off season, will be put out before that's put out. But I want to put out a video where if somebody wanted to just go through and look at the season recap, they don't have to go to the live stream to look at it. Also, with that being said, we will do the live stream and we will look at league leaders and we will look at awards and all of that, and we'll look at the playoffs in that off-season stream. I think that will just make it easier. So that's the plan for me, and we'll get to the off-season. Like I said, I have like 20 guys who I have on a short list that I want to get a better look at and see how much would it cost to sign them. I want to keep the Cincinnati Reds core together, but obviously there are some positions in which we can improve. So stay tuned for the live stream as it will be on Monday. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we have completed year number 1. And I will see you guys on Monday for the live stream. See ya.